Hello there, fellow denizens of the internet. Welcome. I am Hailstorm XV, and we are here with Baldur's Gate 3. Modded. Yes, we are doing a playthrough of Baldur's Gate 3 modded. We are playing as a custom class called the Artificer, or Artificer, however you want to pronounce it. We basically did a character creation because character creation, as many of you know who have played Baldur's Gate 3, is incredibly in-depth, and the fact that we have mods in this game make it all the more in-depth, and there can be a whole episode about character creation, which, I mean, is cool, but at the same time, I don't know. I mean, if you want to see a character creation video of how I made the character, just tell me in the comments and I can do it because I know what options I selected for my character. However, I opted to instead create the character and get through basically the nitty-gritty of the first few parts of the tutorial, rescuing Shadowheart, getting Lizelle, and basically starting off this series before entering the chamber with the commander to continue on to the main game at Swords Coast. I have beaten Baldur's Gate twice now, and I'm on a third playthrough in multiplayer with some friends. And I have always encountered something different in all of my different playthroughs, and I'm sure I'm going to encounter something different in this playthrough, especially since we're utilizing some mods. Just as a little disclaimer, the mods are not those types of overpowered mods. They are balanced mods. I think the most you get from one of the items is a +1 to your armor class. And we are, again, playing on Tactician as well. And we are using a custom class called the Artificer, which has been imported from D&D 5e into Baldur's Gate 3. I have an entire list of mods of which I am using in this game, and I am more than happy to provide that list, should you want it. And as well as maybe do a video on how to install mods and all that stuff. But without further ado, let us get into the game, and I will show you our character, whose name just so happens to be Elron Greenwood, a half-wood elf artificer. And we shall start our journey right before the entrance to take on the commander at the Nautiloid. If you do like this content, please do be sure to subscribe. I am trying to grow my YouTube channel. It is I've been with YouTube for a while, but I've not really tried growing it. I'm trying to basically start stuff up on YouTube. So if you do like this content, please do subscribe. I will be doing this series in full and basically going from start to finish. Of course, please also comment, things you might like to see, how you might like the play to turn, what you would like, questions about the mods, questions about all different kinds of stuff relating to, mods, installing mods, how easy it is, how difficult it is, upkeep, etc., etc., etc. And I'll be happy to try and answer what I can. So, let's get right into it. So this is Mr. Greenwood. He is an artificer, and he is level 1. We have some new abilities that you can see here: Mending, Sword Burst, Catapult. So there are obviously new spells that have been placed into the game. And we're going to see how it changes the whole playthrough. We are, again, on Tactician. Difficulty. Tactician. And we're going to get into it. So let's see how it works.
We're nearing the helm. Once inside, do as I say. Who put you in charge? I'll trust my own judgment. Cane Yank.
Shadowheart and Lae'zel already starting. Love it.
There is work to do.
Never a dull moment.
I don't really think we're going to be able to take on Commander as Tactician. It'd be nice if we can. I don't think we're going to be able to, though. So...
Connect the nerves of the transponder. We must escape. Now.
Do it. We will deal with the Geich after we escape.
Connect the nerves. Nerves. We will connect them.
This thing's falling fast. Got to right it. Got to keep fighting. Got to move.
Come on, can't stay idle. Swift as my feet can carry me.
I am fury. I am death. I will not know failure.
I don't really like Lae'zel, but as we are on Tactician, I want to try and utilize all the resources that we have available to us.
Need to act fast. Moving.
Now. I need to find a way forward.
Swift and lethal. Taste my fury. Make way.
It'd be nice if we can get that sword. That's what I'm working towards.
Ignore the devil. We must take the transponder. What's the plan?
Nice. All right. See if we can grab that.
On I go.
Still breathing, despite everything. Wonder if the gods are watching me.
Swift and lethal.
Okay. Not bad.
Make way.
Kill them, or your shrine is mine.
Nearly out of sky. It's
And I will show the artificer's stat sheet, so you can see exactly how an artificer is built up.
Can't afford to let up.
But that's what one of the best things about balanced mods, because a lot this mod author who made the artificer mod specifically took it as best as they could to the player handbook. So it is actually pretty balanced in terms of, you know, what the player handbook has, as well as, you know, what Baldur's Gate's engine allows for. So I've never played with it before. This is a first, so we'll see how it works. Although I don't think there's going to be any problem whatsoever. I think it's actually going to be a lot of fun, so I'm looking forward to it.
Take this shit, or Zarya will have your head.
Yeah, we're not going to be able to beat the commander. It's just not going to happen. We did get his sword, though, which was the main objective, so that was my goal, to get the sword. I wonder if we could have us use the transponder.
Need to stay focused.
See how that works.
Another fight. Let's go. Another step forward.
Time to strike. No time to waste.
This creature can't activate
Oh,
the
I guess us can't activate the transponder.
Talk to me.
Time to push my luck again.
The Helm's alien transponder. You made it in time.
Getting a little tossed around. All right, and here we are. Again, let me know in the comments if you want me to skip a lot of the cutscenes, because I can. But really, this is for entertainment, so if you'd rather see the cutscenes, then I'll keep them. Or I could skip them. It makes no difference to me. I'm here to give the gameplay and show off what a game is like as a completely different class, and for the entertainment value. So Kaplunk.
As you wake, the tadpole squirms in your skull. The chaos of the crash site confuses the landscape. You'll need to find a settlement or landmark, and you'll need to do it quickly. The tadpole is a death sentence, and the clock is ticking. You need a cure.
All right, so let's show the stats of the Artificer. These are the modded items, which we will use. As I said, they give you some fly, and they give you an armor class 1. And they look really cool. So our Artificer is a wood half-elf. Alright, Artificers use intellect for their, like, everything. So, we took half-elf, half-wood elf, basically for movement, so we can have a little bit mobility around the field. Start off with some medium armor, and some custom abilities, mending, catapult, and sword burst. And we are going to primarily stick with Artificer. We might multi-class later, not too sure just yet, but primarily it's going to be Artificer. We're going to stick in that class just to play it out, because it is a completely custom class to Baldur's Gate. And we have some inventory management. As you can probably already tell, my inventory is bigger. It's got more slots in it. And there are these amazing bags that help further sort your inventory. I like my inventory sorted, so I use them. So we're gonna take, we're basically gonna take these, because these are considered cloaks. So we're gonna put them in the cloak bag. Ready? And we're gonna, like, just be... Oh, cloaks in the cloak bag. Love it. Perfect. Wonderful. I don't really know what these are. I think these are overpowered. Oh, yeah, these are overpowered. So, overpowered stuff, we're going to throw in the... We're going to throw it in the bits and bobs, because we're not using overpowered stuff. So, no, that's out. We do have some dies that are very nice. So we're going to take these. These are custom dies. And throw them into the die bag. We have that. This, I don't think I'm going to be using this, but we do have access to it. This is going to be for Shadowheart, most likely, because this is proficiency. It gives you basically armor, but it kind of keeps with your level, so you don't always have to go replacing your armor. It doesn't provide any other stat bonuses, though. So we may wind up having to switch it out after. You know, that may be a thing. And then we have some cool-looking boots that don't give us anything except for being boots. Actually, I don't even think we... I don't know. We'll see if we're going to give those to us or for Shadowheart. We did get the sword, which was great. We got the 2 mines, the Dark Mine and the Slave Mine, which are going to be cool for later on in the game. Act 2, actually. The end of Act 2. That's where those are going to come into play. So we're going to keep these, and they are going to go into our valuables, because they are valuable. So that's where they can go. And then we have some books, which are going to get, which are fine. Jewelry, that's going to be fine. We can leave that as is. This brandish necklace can go in a jewelry case. You know, that's basically what it's for. And then you can sell it, you know, do whatever you want. We no longer need the bag full of bags, so that can go into the bits and bobs. And that's that. So yeah, potions, get our potions in there. Scrolls, put our scroll in there. And this is also potion and potion. And we have weapons. So we have our weapon and we have our weapon. That's cool. And that's it, really. We don't really need anything else. We are going to sort. Good, done, inventory managed for the most part. And that is one of the reasons why I love this mod. This is called Bags, Bags, Bags. Great mod. Love it. All right, let's go rescue Shadowheart here. Hello? Hello? Wakey, wakey. I don't quite know how I want this playthrough to go yet.
You're
I don't know.
alive.
I don't know if I'm going to be bad
I'm alive.
or good. Not sure.
How is this possible?
I was hoping you might know that.
I remember the ship. I remember falling. Then nothing.
Now what?
First things first. We need supplies, shelter, and most of all, a healer. We might have escaped, but we still have these little monsters in our heads.
We? You want to stay together?
We need each other, and we both know what's at stake. Can't think of better company.
All right, let's get moving.
One thing, just before we go. I wanted to thank you again for freeing me. It would have been all too easy for you to run right past my pod, but you didn't. I'll remember that. Lead the way.
All right. So we leveled up. Good stuff. That's what we were looking for. So let's get our stuff equipped real quick. We are going to give ourselves some nice wings. Let's take these. We'll take those. Shadowheart, you can have. You could have those. Shadowheart will also get this. And she can have actually have these and these. Again, no stats, just decoration. Okay. Camp close. And last but not least, do a little bit of dye, because why not? So let's get our dyes, make ourselves look fashionable. I am thinking thinking original sin. So we'll use original sin. With that. And with that. And with that. And with that. And lastly, with that. Yes, this is legendary die that is reusable. It's fantastic. Love it. It's great. And for my person,
All's well that ends. Not as bad as it could have.
how about we go with black die? There we go. I like it. I'm happy. All right. So we leveled up. So let's actually level up our artificer. So we get our see what our stuff contains. All right. So we actually get access to our infusions, which is actually really nice. I don't know who is familiar in the audience with D&D 5e, but infusions are a huge part of the artificer. So let's do... I mean, we'll see what we need, because we got all of those, so we'll see what we're going to actually wind up using. But that's just an example of some of the custom spells already within the game. As for what we should have, Snare is a good one, yes. Caustic Brew is fine. Actually, no. Instead of Caustic Brew, we'll do Ray of Sickness. And that should be good. Alright, done. And Shadowheart. Shadowheart's gonna get a total respec, by the way. She's gonna stay as a cleric, but she's totally getting respect once we have the opportunity to do it. All right. Now we go.
I've wished to live in more interesting times.
Let's get ourselves some camp supplies.
Fresh water. There must be a settlement nearby. More of those wretched things.
Oh, we should actually, since we have done a, since we sorted our inventory and all that stuff, we should do a save. It's only smart. Okay. Do a little bit of combat here. I think. Yes. I mean, I guess for now I'll do enhanced weapon because I do actually have a range attack. You know what? So we're gonna do a repeating shot. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I have to do this. Drop the item. And then repeating shot. Is that not how it goes? Oh, there it goes. Okay, and then pick it up. So now our crossbow is a bit better. I meant to actually do a sneak, but I failed. So that's my fault.
Vicious filth. Best keep some distance, or this will be a short fight. Survival isn't such a distant prospect.
There we go. Oh, yes. Some of the creatures also have new spells added to their spell things, just to kind of keep things balanced. Because, you know, here you are having these spells, these custom things for you, but it wouldn't really be fair if the creatures don't get that as well. So that's another thing that creatures do have, that some of them have some of the spells that were implemented put into their spell table where appropriate. So it kind of maintains that balance, which I think is awesome. You know, like I said, I'm not looking to do a whole overpowered type thing. I'm quite literally just trying to play out a new class with a... Oh, no, I don't want to even bother with that. That's one of the other mods in here that just adds in a bunch of a ridiculous amount of equipment that's really not necessary. I'm not going to even bother with it, to be honest. It is pretty cool, don't get me wrong. But some of the stuff in there is pretty overpowered. Like, you have all these different outfits and stuff. You have a glove box. There's just a bunch of stuff that I don't really need to be bothered with right now. Plus, the amulet we're wearing actually conjures that basket. If we ever wanted to explore it in the future, we can. But right now, we're not going to do that. We're not going to pick up Astarion just yet. We're going to actually go get Lae'zel. Because what I'm going to probably do is have Astarion go to camp. I want to make sure that our party is kind of balanced accordingly. Gale will be placed in the party for now as the caster. And then I will, I'll decide if I want to put Will in place of Gale, etc. However, Gale and Will both have new subclasses added to them. So either of them can be a good experience because their play styles have changed completely depending on what subclasses you put them into, which I'll show you with Gale. And just as a note, I plan to try and keep these videos to about, I'd say maybe 45 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, possibly an hour. But they will be bookmarked. So you could peruse. But this episode obviously is the introductory episode, so it's a little bit longer, just while we get our bearings and introduce modded gameplay.
To be dangerous even if injured. Best be careful.
You approach the dying monster. This is the thing that abducted you. You could end its life here and now, if only you didn't feel compassion. Compassion. Yes, you feel hate, and you deserve to be punished for it. You should be whipped, made to bow before this creature in shame. It's possessing your mind, forcing you to love it, but then the feeling slips. The creature's mind seems to focus elsewhere.
We want to try an intelligence. Oh, I don't know if I said this, but another limitation that we're doing is we're going to accept our dice rolls. So we're not going to go and just, try and save scum them to the best of our abilities. But yeah, that's going to be something that, is going to put a challenge on ourselves as well.
Your minds fuse, lusting for something that is gone. But then its grip claws back with a vengeance, a vice locking your mind into obedience. It needs sustenance to survive, and with your very body, you can provide.
Nat 1. So we're going to lean in and kiss the Mind Flayer. Well, it was fun, everybody. Aww, how sweet.
Wet tentacles wrap themselves around your head, and for the first time in your life, you're perfectly happy.
Yep, there we go. GG, earliest game over. Ever. Oh, that's fantastic. It's a good thing we saved, huh? But there you go. So that's kind of like the limits that we're putting on. We're not going to go re-rolling rolls like that. As you just saw, a fail is a fail. It could end in a game over, and then you got to reload. It is what it is. But I'm also taking. Please do make suggestions in the comments. I will be looking at them to see what you want to see, what you like. What route should I take? Maybe I should go via the Githyanki Kresh instead of the Underdark. You know what I mean? Maybe I should go try and, I don't know, blow up the Kresh or be super hostile. All that kind of stuff. I'm very open to suggestions. This is like one of my first series I've done in quite a long time on YouTube. So I'm trying to basically grow my channel. And to grow the channel, I want to, provide what I can to the best of my abilities for the users that are watching. So I am very much open to suggestion. Please do make your suggestions, and I will read them and, see what I can do about it. These are pre-recorded, but I'm not going to rush ahead. I'll post maybe a video or two, and then I'll see like if I get some comments, what I should do, and you know, I'll go from there. All right. So that was an early game over. It was very exciting. I hope you all loved it, but you know, part of the nature of the gameplay. Let's see if we can get a surprise attack on these guys.
Think you can take me on?
We did. We did. We got our surprise. Enemy is surprised.
One strike could be lethal.
Oh, I was trying to get her to do an attack before, but did not succeed at doing that.
Well, so much for peace.
You fight well. Perhaps our survival isn't such a distant prospect.
So, in order to avoid another GG, here's what we're gonna do. Ready? We're gonna walk up to the Mind Flayer, right? We're gonna walk up to him. We're ignoring the Starion, like I said.
A Mind Flayer. But it's hurt.
Yeah,
That thing's
yep.
bound to be dangerous, even if injured. Best be careful.
And that's what we're gonna do. See? Problem solved.
Death is too
No issue. All done. Now let's go pick up Gale real quick. There he is.
I'll feel that one later.
There's goblins over there. Worth checking for supplies, maybe.
It's Gale. Hi, Gale.
You approach the sigil on the stone. Magic glitters and swirls from it erratically, as if malfunctioning. It looks slightly dangerous.
We just touch things. We're an artificer. That's what we do. It's curious. It's curious, you know.
A hand? Anyone?
Now, we could potentially, honestly, we could lose Gale right here, because not for nothing, we're not really messing with our roles. So, this is something to point out. The Artificer is currently using the Wizard tag because the Artificer's main stat is Intelligence. So the mod author currently is, at the time of this video, is using the Wizard tag. That may change in the future or it may be removed. But as an Artificer, you're able to perform Wizard type, choices. Which, they use Intelligence. It doesn't really, it's just different dialogue. So we'll pick some Wizard options, just so we can see what, the Wizard might have to say in certain situations. But we are actually an Artificer, so. Look at that. Where was that when we were trying to, finish off the Mind Flayer?
Whatever you're doing is working wonders. Now a quick little pull should do the trick. gale of Waterdeep. Apologies. Usually better at this.
At introductions?
At magic. Say, but I know you, don't I? In a manner of speaking. You were on the Nautiloid as well.
Never mind the Nautiloid. How did you get stuck in that stone?
I don't know what transpired exactly, but the ship broke into pieces and I suddenly found myself in freefall. As I was plummeting to certain death, I spied a glimmer quite near where I estimated my body to impact with less than savory propulsion. Recognizing this glimmer to be magical in nature, I reached out to it with a weaving of words and found myself on the other side, as it were. How about you? How did you survive the fall?
To be honest, I
Fair
haven't a
enough.
clue.
But even so, I have the unfortunate suspicion your survival is still very much in jeopardy. Back on the ship, you too were on the receiving end of a rather unwelcome insertion in the ocular region, were you not?
Go on.
The insertee we speak of, this parasite? Are you aware that after a period of excruciating gestation, it will turn us into Mind Flayers? It's a process known as ceramorphosis, and let me assure you, it is to be avoided. You don't happen to be a cleric by any chance, do you? A doctor? Surgeon? Uncannily adroit with a knitting needle?
You seem to know enough about our condition to realize it's beyond most clerics' skills.
Most, no doubt, but I find myself hoping to be in the presence of the few. You don't happen to be one of them.
The tadpoles are beyond even my arcane knowledge. I cannot
As
remove
we've
them.
established, few enough can. It's not exactly a common affliction. We're most certainly going to need a healer, and soon, too. How about we lend each other a helping hand once more and look for a healer together?
Sounds like a plan. You're welcome to join me.
Most excellent.
Sure, Gale,
Parasite
sure.
shared is a parasite halved, or something to that effect. Oh, but before you think you're about to embark on a journey with most ill-mannered a man, thank you for pulling me out of that stone. It was an act of foresighted kindness, I assure you. For I have the feeling ample opportunities will present themselves for me to return the favor.
All right. Now, I can show you what one of the new subclasses Gale has access to is. So Gale now has access to blade singing or war magic. Those are his two other subclasses that he now has available to him. I could do sorcery, but I don't have that enabled. It is just war magic and blade singing. I believe I am going to give him war magic. The tradition of war magic blends principles of evocation and abjuration rather than specializing in either of those schools. It teaches techniques that empowers a caster's spell while also providing methods for wizards to bolster their own defenses. I do believe I'm going to take war magic because, like I said, we need some type of a caster. Shadowheart is going to be primarily a healer. Our Artificer is going to be a caster, yes, but Artificer kind of doesn't really pick up until a bit later on. So, I mean, yeah, my infused arcane crossbow is great right now, but as for like our spells and stuff, we're going to want like an actual pretty, like a wizard. We're going to want a wizard to try and help out a bit. So we're going to go with war magic for now. And as you can see, there are a different selection / variety of spells as well. Cause fear, frost fingers. Again, we have snare already. Shield is probably definitely something we should get for him. And we will probably pick up... let's see. I guess magic missile so we can have 100% accuracy to guarantee those kills that we might need. Also, unseen servant. That's another new spell that's in the game. courtesy of the mods. And we're going to go with Magic Missile, though, because in case we need to get those 100% executions for, you know, the more difficult fights, it's always good to have Magic Missile. And that is actually a great place to wrap up this particular episode of the playthrough. I will be, again, uploading the next part where we continue on. We're going to go grab Lizelle and then probably Astarion and go from there. I appreciate you hanging out and watching the video. And please do, again, if you liked the content, give it a like and subscribe. I am trying to grow the YouTube channel. And Baldur's Gate 3 is Baldur's Gate 3 is just a load of fun. And I can't complain. I'm enjoying every moment of it. And the fact that I now have a whole new type of gameplay to go through and to share it makes it even better. Thanks again. Have a good one. And we will see you on the next episode. Take care.